Giants of the world, let's talk about it.
The reason why the giants are here is because when the fallen angels had come down, you can see them as beings, angels, whatever floats your boat. When they had come down, they decided to start breeding with humans. When this breeding occurred, the babies did not look tiny like us because it is different DNA. These angels have a different DNA than human DNA. It was never meant to mix. So when it mixed, it created the Nephilims, it created the giants. And when that occurred, their DNA couldn't hold the frequency of a fallen angel, but it also doesn't hold the frequency of a human. So it had a lot of distortions. And because of those distortions in that being itself, it created a very aggressive DNA race. These fallen angels decided that they could use their giant babies as for war products, as machinery, which is actually still being done today. I'm not kidding. Like, there's literally, the army is trying to capture these creatures that are in caves underground and hiding to try to use them as machinery, weaponry, again, in wars. And this is very common. Like in this photo, this was a common thing for giants to be a part of wars. Before, there was also an Indian princess who she spoke of, that there were these giants that were eating their people, that were eating the people in their villages. And the people didn't want to believe her until they came and destroyed and ransacked the villages, and they had to fight. They had to fight to the death with these creatures to get them to realize, like, hey, we're not going to stop. We're going to defend ourselves. And because of that specific villagers being very strong and united and coming back at these creatures, like, you're not taking over our lands, that's what made them back up, and they don't come towards certain places. That's why they don't come out of the ground today. I mean, they know obviously some of us are going to be willing to fight, not everybody, but most of us are going to be willing to fight, which is, it's scary for them. They're giants, but we outnumber them by the masses. I don't even think they would want to come out to try to start anything, but if it is like an entity in the middle playing games, propaganda, government, all those fun little things that society has created, and it continues to antagonize, we don't know what could happen with these Nephilims, how they react. This is nothing new. People say they see Bigfoot all the time. It's not a Bigfoot. I mean, you call it Bigfoot, call it what you want, but it's Nephilims. They're just still around, and they hang out like Yellowstone, all these places, all these national parks. There's a bunch of information. Nevada is said to be a cave that hoards a bunch of these guys, and they come out. There's army men that have literally come out with their stories saying, like, hey, a bunch of our soldiers got killed because the army is trying to get us to capture these, and they're very strong, and we're having a hard time, like, you know. So, and there's a lot of things going on that shouldn't be scary, though. This is information that should be available to the public, because for everybody to be like, okay, we're not the only ones, like, let's focus on growth and unity and all those amazing things.